evening to you. Many thanks for joining us tonight on the broadcast. You're watching KUTV News at 9, and at this point, let's take a look at stories making headlines tonight. Mwangaza to know her fate tomorrow as senators are set to vote on her impeachment motion. We are the lead minority party in the opposition. ODM leaders distance themselves from claims of being in a coalition government with the Kenya Kwanza regime. Leaders across the country come out strong in support of Ruto's broad-based government proposal amidst Azimio outcry of betrayal by opposition. And shock as mob kills young 25-year-old man after he murdered his own father in cold blood for denying him permission to harvest and sell family mangoes.
This is KUTV Primetime News with Anyango, Sylvia.
That's right, Sami Okelo is our sign language interpreter tonight. Remember, this broadcast is also live on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya, and you can send us your feedback, engage with us on X at KUTV_Kenya at Anyango Sylvia KE. We begin. Embattled, Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza impeachment motion commenced earlier today at the Senate plenary, with the governor pleading not guilty to all three charges leveled against him by the Meru County Assembly. Speaking after the accusations were read to her ahead of the hearing impeachment case, Mwangaza insisted she is not guilty to these charges. Take a look.
After the Senate plenary last week voted to have the whole House debate on the fate of Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza, she appeared before the Senate in the company of lawyers Elisha Ongoya and Elias Mutuma as lead counsel to defend her against the three charges leveled against her, where she pleaded not guilty.
Said those words because while we were before this House, while we were sitting here debating that motion, the mover of the present motion sounded a warning to this House. We didn't have an opportunity then to adduce that evidence because we had already finished our filings. We have an opportunity now to adduce this evidence. And she said, and I quote, "I want to urge our Senate, if they reinstate Kawira Mwangaza, they should know we have 6 more times to impeach her." When we are here debating the last motion, they didn't need any new grounds. They were sounding a warning to this House.
The Meru County Assembly lead counsel was the first to appear before the floor of the House to present its case on why 49 out of 69 MCAs voted to impeach Mwangaza. Lawyer Ndego Anjiru accused Mwangaza of gross violation of the Constitution, gross misconduct, and abuse of office.
We are here because there is serious trust deficit with the ability of Governor Kawira to govern the county of Meru.
To my mind is it merely for the joy of doing it? Is it merely for the joy of it that the County Assembly of Meru is before you for the third time? Is it merely for the joy of it? Honorable Senators, clearly and logically, there is a problem.
Kawira, through her lawyer, fired back, accusing the County Assembly of using impeachment motions to blackmail her. The lawyers led by Elias Mutuma were quick to point out the movers of the impeachment motion, where she was quoted vowing to impeach the governor 6 times.
We cannot bring her back. Indeed, it is because those violations continued even when the case was here in the Senate. That's why I said that if the governor stops the violations, then we are good to go as Meru County. I cannot confirm that I'll come back because maybe the governor may decide now I'm not going to violate the Constitution anymore.
They created an
another impeachment while they were still standing prosecuting their previous impeachment motion. Honorable Senators, how did they do this? They went back, and we will have evidence to show that one day after the Senate discharged the Senator of all the charges, they were gathered in Nairobi, retreats were held to create a new impeachment motion based on lies. So the people before you today, the County Assembly of Meru, are liars.
The embattled Meru governor has been lined up to appear before the floor of the House on Tuesday to defend herself. The fate of Meru governor now lays on the Senate, who will vote to either impeach her or save her for the third time. Anyango, KUTV.
The Orange Democratic Movement Party has today issued a statement in regards to their commitment and position in Azimio la Umoja One coalition. And as Brian Tobiko reports, the party has distanced itself from claims of being in a coalition government with the Kenya Kwanza administration. It has also warned its partners in Azimio from tainting Raila Odinga's name in reference to the proposal that aided the formation of the broad-based government.
We wish to restate that the fact remains what our party leader, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, has said before. There is no agreement between ODM and Kenya Kwanza that makes the two joint partners in government. We have no coalition agreement with the Kenya Kwanza government as ODM. On the matter at hand, the questioning of ODM and the Right Honorable Raila Odinga's commitment to opposition, our partners are not acting in good faith. They're hiding behind the 4 gentlemen and 1 lady who joined government and using it to try and wrestle the leadership of the Houses of Parliament from ODM. We find that unacceptable, and we wish to reiterate the obvious. The House leadership is about numbers in the House and not those in government.
In fact, I'm also inviting them to read the standing orders of National Assembly and the Senate, and they will discover that maybe only Wiper is the only parliamentary party in the National Assembly, but the rest have no status. They gain their status based on the numbers of ODM. So, Honorable Wamalwa Eugene, shut up.
Still in politics, a section of leaders from across the country have come together to rally their support for President William Ruto's broad-based government. Leaders who include the ODM party leader Raila Odinga have joined hands with Ruto in support of the broad-based government that has been put in place. Ronnie Madenge reports.
The broad-based government idea was initially introduced after President William Ruto had carefully selected his cabinet of 11 nominees except for one, the proposed Gender Cabinet Secretary Stella Soilangat, who underwent a successful vetting process by National Assembly. Ruto claimed that the broad-based government will tap into our country's vast potential to accelerate economic transformation and foster inclusive growth. Leaders from the ODM party and former Tana River Governor Hussein Dado have highly commended President William Ruto's proposed broad-based government, saying it has brought peace and unity to the country. Dado went on to urge President Ruto not to forget those who supported him during his campaign, even as he welcomes other new members to his government.
Tunamuunga mkono juhudi ya Rais William Samoei Ruto wa kuanzisha broad-based government ama serikali ya umoja wa kitaifa. Hilo jambo limeleta amani katika Kenya. Kenya ilikuwa imeyumba. Sasa mambo iko sawa. Tumuombeni rais wetu aweze kufaulu kuunganisha nchi zaidi na sisi tukielekea wakati ujao.
The leadership of ODM party in Bungoma County has announced its support to Raila Odinga, who has recently joined President Ruto in support of the idea of a broad-based government, stating that this will contribute to the development of Kenya.
Tunaamini kwamba wale ambao wametoa kupeana wafanye kazi ndani ya serikali ni viongozi wenye tajriba kubwa na uzoefu wa kazi. Tukiangalia ndugu yetu Wycliffe Ombeza Oparanya, wale anafuatilia akiwa waziri wa planning wakati wa serikali ya Rais Kibaki, alifanya kazi kubwa sana. Pia tumeangalia kazi yake akiwa gavana wa Kakamega kwa awamu zake zote mbili amefanya kazi na Kakamega imewachwa ikiwa kwa upeo wa juu,
kwa sababu ameamua kupeana experts from ODM wakuja wasaidia hii nchi ambayo ilikuwa inaanguka. So sisi kama ODM tuko na experts wengi sana hapa. Sisi kama vijana wa ODM hapa Bungoma County tumesoma, tuko na makaratasi na tunaomba kazi, especially kuna kazi za PS zinakuja. Hawa ambao tumewaweka huko ndani, kina Opio, kina Oparanya, kina Joho, tafadhali muandike watu kazi hawa vijana. Tafadhali kwa naomba hiyo.
Maana Bungoma sisi ni royal. Tuko royal sana kwa chama na tunapenda chama yetu. Tumekaa kwa chama miaka mingi na tumesimama imara na tunaendelea mbele, hata recruitment inaendelea.
Ruto has stated that the broad-based government aims to help him in the implementation of radical programs to deal with the burden of debt, raising domestic resources and expanding job opportunities, and to better accelerate and expedite extensive consultations across different sectors and political formations.
Thank you, Yvonne. That story was produced by our very own Ronnie Mathenge. Now, moving on in other news, away from politics, women in Laikipia North have received energy-saving GCOS from the Akili Group and Dutch Green Business, that is DGB. The move is aimed at combating climate change and improving the health of the women who will sometimes inhale smoke from poisonous trees that they use as firewood. Take a look.
With the goal of reducing climate change and improving their health, more than 500 pastoral women in the Laikipia North Sub-County have been given energy-saving GCOS. Speaking at the distribution exercise in Ilpolei, the beneficiaries conveyed their appreciation, pointing out that the GCOS will save them time when looking for firewood because they need less energy than traditional ones.
Tunashukuru sana, tunasema asante kwa hiyo jiko. Sababu tunapitia mingi sana. Iko changamoto ni kukata kuni na panga mara karibu masaa 3 hivi naenda kishakani kutoa kuni. Nafanya kabisa kazi ile nguvu kabisa, na kuja kama maji na tiririka joto. Sasa kupata hii jiko tunashukuru sana. Tunasema asante.
The donors saw that the GCOS would save more than 60% of the fuel that pastoral women used on a daily basis. The GCOS will save pastoral women who had developed eye health issues like cataracts, a problem they were working to remedy.
Hizi cookstoves ili ziweze kupunguza ule muda ambao kina mama wetu wanatumia kwenda kutafuta kuni, ipunguze ile gharama ama zile pesa ambazo wanatumia kununua kuni, kwa sababu wengine wananunua, na iweze kupunguza ile moshi ambayo inaathiri macho ya kina mama. Tunataka kupunguza yale magonjwa ambayo yanatokana na moshi kutoka kwa miti tofauti ambayo kina mama wanatumia katika mapishi yao.
They also disclosed that by collaborating with the nearby pastoral villages, they would gain an additional 300 million Kenya shillings carbon fund over the course of the following 15 years.
Tofauti na yale, hizi vikundi ambavyo vinapokea hizi cookstoves kwa muda wa miaka 15, kila mwaka watakuwa wakipokea fedha ambazo ni za carbon credit, na vile kupitia uongozi wa DGB na pia Akili na mheshimiwa wetu Koinange Wahome, tunahakika kwamba tutaweza kujumuisha zile carbon credit zaidi ya shilingi milioni 300 kwa kila mwaka kwa muda wa zaidi miaka 15. Hizi ni fedha ambazo zitaingia kwa njia moja kwa moja katika mifuko ya kina mama, vikundi zao, zile self help group, zile welfare.
The GCOS were provided by the Huduma Mashinani Foundation and the Akili Group, 2 national organizations that deal with natural conservation through carbon offsetting. Elsie Nyangor, KUTV.
Now that story by Elsie takes us to a very fast break on the broadcast tonight. Don't go far, we'll be back with more stories. Uncertainty looms and opportunities are scarce. It's time to break from the barrier and unlock your full potential.
We must live within our means. We cannot spend money that we don't have.
We will explore the fascinating world of investment, trade secrets, and entrepreneurship.
Sasa challenges ziko mingi sana. Parking ya mzigo imekuwa mbaya. Unaweka pesa yako na kataa kurudi.
Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting out, we've got you covered with invaluable insights to help you succeed.
Now, this year we have seen a rebound in the economy, which is well above the global average of the 3%.
Join me, Anyango Sylvia, every Sunday and Monday on KUTV News at 9, and let's turn your dreams into reality.
Kaunti maarufu kwa kuzalisha maziwa na ukuzaji wa majani chai. Pia, serikali ya kaunti inawahimiza wakulima kukumbatia mitindo mingine ya kilimo kuzidisha mapato.
Kama kuna kikundi moja inafanya biashara ya kuuza kuku, hao pia tumewafadhili kuwafunza jinsi ya kuhandle zile kuku kwa sababu wanaleta kwa wingi.
Haya yote tunakuletea katika Boresha Kilimo, toleo la kaunti ya Bomet.
Kilimo ni nguzo kubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa.
I'm Associate Professor in the Institute of Philosophy of Jagiellonian University in Krakow, Poland, and I'm the main coordinator of the Cafe project, which is being here hosted by Kenyatta University.
My name is Eva Hudoba. I am a project manager in this consortium. Keep watching cutting-edge research at Kenyatta University Television.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
You are watching KUTV Primetime News with Anyango Sylvia.
Welcome back. Remember to keep engaging with us, interact with us on our social media platforms. That is on X at KUTV News Kenya, at Anyango Sylvia KE. The Kenya Tourism Board, KTB, has reported a significant increase in tourist visits to regions beyond the Masai Mara National Reserve, which is currently operating at full capacity due to the wild-beast migration season. During a visit to the Masai Mara, KTB CEO June Chepkemei underscored the role of Mara as a hub for tourists to explore other regions after the mesmerizing annual wild beast migration. She revealed that in the first half of the year, the country welcomed 1,027,630 international visitors, marking a 21.3% growth compared to the same period in 2023, which saw 847,810 visitors.
We market Kenya using the brand Magical Kenya, really to showcase Kenya as a must-visit destination for tourists all over the world. We are at Masai Mara during the annual wildebeest migration. So we are here to really support the destination, working together with the KWS and the county government of Narok to ensure that our tourists are enjoying the best that the Mara can offer. This is a magnet really that brings tourists to Kenya. It is a bucket list destination. It's a bucket list must-see whenever you visit Kenya. And while they are done with the Mara, we're able to then allow them to experience what else the country has to offer. In terms of our target, we have surpassed our target for the just immediate financial year. Going into the future, we see ourselves really increasing the numbers and even surpassing our 3 million target that we've set for ourselves.
And police officers in Magarini Sub-County, Kilifi County, are investigating an incident in which a 25-year-old man murdered his 80-year-old father before being subjected to a similar fate by irate residents today morning. Here is more. After serving 2 jail terms over the offense of threatening and harassing his own dad, Ishmael Karisa Mwahia, a 25-year-old man finally gave in to his rage, took the law into his hands, and killed his own father in cold blood. Ishmael is said to have been irked by his father's refusal to grant him permission to harvest mangoes at the home and engage the old man in a quarrel before descending upon him with a machete, slashing him several times and dismembering his body.
Mzee ametoka shambani kumhoji kwa nini unaangusha matunda nyumbani maembe. Mbona unaangusha maembe unaenda unauza kwa nini? Hivyo tu na akampokonya panga mzee akamkatakata akamuua.
Other family members raised the alarm, attracting a huge crowd of neighbors who pursued the young man, caught up with him, and attacked him with a crude weapon and killed him, accusing him of being a troublemaker.
Walipofika pale mobu kwenda kukunini pale, mobu pia wakamuua. Ashaifungwa, kusumbana na mzee, tukampeleka polisi, akafungwa miezi 8, akatoka tena akarudia hiyo jambo hilo, tukamrudisha tena polisi, akafungwa miezi 6, akatoka. Sasa ndo amefanya hiyo.
Kilifi County Police Commander Fatuma Hadi, who confirmed the incident, said police officers had launched investigations to unravel the actual cause of the 2 murders, warning that anybody who will be found culpable will be dealt with in accordance with the law. The bodies of the 2 kinsmen have been taken to the Malindi Sub-County Hospital, where autopsies are expected to be conducted on them. Children and community members are also urged to take care of all the persons and ensure they remain safe instead of picking quarrels with them for whatever reasons. Anyango, Sylvia, KUTV. And moving on to news across our borders, in the U.S. presidential election, thousands of Democratic Party delegates this week will celebrate Vice President Kamala Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as their presidential ticket for 2024. They are gathering in the Midwest city of Chicago. VOS senior Washington correspondent Caroline Presutti takes a look at some volatile confrontation from past conventions and how support for the party's candidate has grown since President Joe Biden dropped out of the race.
Chicago, 1968. Violence outside the Democratic National Convention between police and Vietnam War protesters. TV, still a relatively new medium, showing the conflicts live. New York City, 1976. The last time the Democratic Party would announce its vice presidential candidate at the convention, with presidential candidate Jimmy Carter choosing Walter Mondale.
We have that vision, we love our country, and we're going to do our job. Thank you very much.
Chaos at the next convention in 1980, when Senator Ted Kennedy challenged President Carter's re-election. Kennedy would concede to Carter in a famous speech that ended with this line.
The cause endures, the hope still lives, and the dream shall never die.
Back to Chicago, 1996, and civil rights protesters demanding racial equality and welfare reform. Police keeping the crowds from entering the security perimeter. Denver 2008. Barack Obama's acceptance speech moved to an outdoor stadium to accommodate the convention record crowd of 84,000.
With profound gratitude and great humility, I accept your nomination for presidency of the United States.
This week in Chicago, Vice President Kamala Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz begin their party's convention with some momentum. Last month, President Joe Biden was trailing Republican candidate Donald Trump in political polls. Since Biden dropped out, candidate Harris has risen in those polls. Last week's Morning Consult survey showing her 3 points ahead of Trump, although it remains a tight race. There will be protesters, as there always are at conventions, like these from last month's Republican gathering held in neighboring Wisconsin. Meeting them in Chicago will be thousands of federal, state, and local police officers.
I'm confident that our plan will provide a safe and secure environment during the DNC.
Chicago officials expect as many as 50,000 out-of-town visitors for the convention, with the city's United Center hosting the Democratic Party events. Carolyn Persutti, VOA News.
We are taking yet another short break. We'll be back with sports.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Ni nguzo na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka, akawa tuzo. Ukakamavu wake, ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuweni. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari, kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari-ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake, nami Caroline Kimweli.
Are you healthy, or rather, do you maintain a healthy lifestyle? According to WHO, health is regarded as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. Welcome to Focus on Health, a show on all matters health, wellness, and lifestyle. On this show, we cover a wide variety of topics, inclusive of, but not limited to, dental, optical, mental, reproductive health, and so much more. Join me, Joy Bofenda, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on KUTV for compelling insights and discussions on all matters health. See you then.
Focus on Health, your weekly dose of health and wealth information on KUTV.
You are watching KUTV Primetime News with Anyango, Sylvia.
Welcome back. Now we are heading to news on our backyard, where Kenyatta University's Directorate of Accommodation Services has spearheaded a team-building event for its staff centered around the heartfelt theme, I Care For You. The theme, I Care For You, underscores the Directorate's commitment to fostering a culture of compassion, teamwork, and mutual support among its staff members.
The Directorate of Accommodation Services. The serene environment of the university campsite provided the perfect backdrop for the event, allowing the staff to relax, unwind, and engage in meaningful interactions outside the usual work environment.
We are learning to work together, grow together, have fun together. And the day was birthed because as the Directorate of Accommodations, we felt that we work very, very hard. Actually, we say we work like donkeys. So we also thought that we can have fun like horses.
The theme, I Care For You, was chosen to reflect the department's commitment to creating a supportive and caring work environment where every staff members feel valued and appreciated.
In the Department of Recreation and Sports Management, we use physical activity and play activity to actually teach so many things, and for today we are targeting mental health issues with our colleagues, and we are happy to do so because in each and every game there's much more meaning to it, and we are glad to even invite other departments and divisions in the university and even beyond this university to just come and be with us.
Through various team building activities, the event not only enhanced team cohesion but also reinforced the importance of caring for one another in the workplace. The participants were able to have a day filled with engaging exercises designed to improve communication, collaboration, and overall morale.
What we've learned is first of all teamwork, because we were supposed to build the nest using one hand of each one of us. So we had to use each of us hand so that we can be able to build that nest, and also on how to communicate non-verbally and be able to build that nest and take it to the tree where it's supposed to be.
This initiative will lead to even better service for the students and visitors who rely on the accommodation services. This event is a testament to Kenyatta University's dedication to creating a positive and supportive work environment, ensuring that its staff feel valued and cared for.
We were challenged to pick a ball and hand over to the supervisor. So we through teamwork, we managed to pick the ball after coordinating ourselves. And we managed to pick the ball to the supervisor.
As you can see, the spirit of camaraderie and collaboration is strong among team members. Brenda Nyongesa, KUTV.
And home player Michael Kihara picked 5 birdies in round 1 of the 2024 NCBA Faldo Series Kenya Championship to take a 1-stroke lead in the 3-day championship. Kihara started the day with a birdie in holes 1 and 4, but was let down by 2 bogeys in holes 7 and 8 to finish on level par after the first 9. Bianca Ngeshu from Muthaiga Golf Club is second on the leaderboard with a score of 1 under par 73. 3 players, Edan Marali, Sevi Soni, and Shashwat Harish, are tied for 4th with a score of 2 over par 74.
I think today I was just playing shot by shot. Wasn't really worried if I made bogey or not. I know I went 2 under quite early and then made a few bogeys to finish the first 9. But I knew my game was good enough to bring it back to a point where I could at least challenge Elvis, who's probably the top competitor right now. This past 2 to 3 days I've been working quite a bit on my putting because I knew it was a bit behind of what I needed. Also, when I played the current challenge, I had a few birdie opportunities, just didn't convert. So did some work on the putting green, and today it came out good.
My day, it was very nice. I had a good round today, despite some challenges here and there in the course, but I had a good day today. My first challenge is I had a bad hole. I was hitting my driver I didn't hit that quite very well, but I just maintained the scores.
And UEFA champions Real Madrid and Mallorca played to a 1-1 draw at Estadio Mallorca in the opening fixtures of the session, while Rayo Vallecano secured a victory by defeating Real Sociedad 2-1 at Anoeta Stadium. In tonight's La Liga fixtures, Villarreal will face Atletico Madrid at El Madrigal Stadium at 10:30 p.m. Meanwhile, Leicester City will take on Tottenham Hotspur as they kick off their first campaign of the English Premier League at King Power Stadium starting at 10 p.m. That is it from us tonight. On behalf of the production team, thank you so much for choosing KUTV and for staying with us this far. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Samuel Kelo and Anyango Sylvia. Have a good night.